Hello, sorry you missed our lab. I'm gonna videotape some of it so that you can see and be able to do your lab write-up in conclusion just by watching this video. So I'm gonna walk you through each of the steps and each of the parts of all of our tests, starting with having our blocks here. Students came here, they got one wooden block full of 5 test tubes. Okay, notice how they all have stoppers. And then what we did is we came over here and we had 5 different known solutions. So for example, we know that this one over here is Cr, which is chromium, and it's a chromium nitrate. Okay. Then we have Cu, and this is our copper chloride. We have over here iron nitrate, Fe for iron. We know this one is zinc nitrate, Zn. And then over here we have potassium nitrate, which is K. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 milliliter of each of these knowns into my test tubes, which should be clean, and I want to make sure that I label which test tube is which one, so that when I go out to my tests and I make my observations, I can be really accurate with which observation goes with which chemical. So I'm going to do that one now. So I have here, I'm going to start here. Notice how this one down here says Zn, so I'm going to put 1 milliliter of the zinc nitrate in here. And 1 milliliter, as we know, is just to the top, or about the top of our pipette. So that goes in there. Okay. Okay. Next, we're going to put in our Fe into this test tube. We want to make sure we're not mixing pipettes, so this is my Fe. I'm going to bring it over here, put it into my labeled Fe test tube. Remember, we're doing 1 milliliter. Okay. Put my test tube back on. Next, I want my Cr. Notice how it's labeled Cr. So here, sorry, working with one hand's a little challenging. So this is my Cr. If you'd like to make some observations of each of these chemicals before you run the tests, I highly suggest doing so. Okay. And we have Cr. Okay. Put my test tube stopper over there. On the other side of my block, okay, I know it's a little bit hard to see, but this one here is Cu. So this test tube is going to be Cu, or copper. And that leaves my last one over here to be K. So my last one is K, and that's potassium. And these are ionic solutions that we're working with here. Okay. All right, so now that I have my base, these are my 5 known chemicals, I know what each of them are, I'm going to go run test A on each of these chemicals and record down what I see. So when I run these tests, you need to write down in your notebook what you see. Let me go grab my lighter. Okay, so now I have my lighter. I'm going to be performing my flame test now. According to the directions, I will have gone over here. I will add 1 or 2 drops of HCl, hydrochloric acid, to each of my test tubes. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. And it looks like that bottle cap has a little broken, so I'm going to grab a different one. Never want to work with broken chemical bottles. So again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. What that does is it allows the reaction to be a little bit more dramatic for you to see. Okay, now I'm going to need to light my Bunsen burner. So here I need to make sure that my gas is turned on. Can you hear it? Okay, then I'm going to take my lighter. I'm going to go ahead and light. Okay, so there I have it lit. Now I need to make sure that my flame test rod is clean. I'm going to put it there and make sure it doesn't burn any colors. Alright, so now is when you're going to want to make very sure that you're taking detailed observations. This is under the test 1, test A, and I am going to start with CR. So this is CR is what you're writing your observations for. I'm making sure that I have a full little bubble there. And pay close attention. Record what you see. I'm going to do it one more time so you can see it. Get a good little bubble. Having a hard time getting some on there. Make sure it's down there. There we go. Got a good liquid-filled bubble. Come over here, whoop, lost my bubble. So you got to keep doing it till you have a bubble in that loop. Oh, notice that. There are little sparks there. Okay. So that was CR. Then I'm going to make sure it's nice and clean for my next chemical. Oh, see how we have some on there? Make sure it's nice and clean. Okay, so now we're going to do FE. So again, FE, this one right here. And put it in here. Make sure that we have liquid filling the loop. Okay. Oops, my bubble popped, so I gotta make sure I do it again until I have that. It's not working out for me, is it? You see that? It was quick, so I'm gonna do it one more time. You wanna write down what you see. Again, this is test A, FE. Just see it? Super quick. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I clean my rod. Okay, so the next chemical I'm gonna do is ZN. Right here, this is my zinc. And so I put it in there, make sure I have a full bubble. Come over here. Gotta get that full bubble. Again, super quick. I'm gonna do it one more time so you can see it. Every once in a while you want to wash it off, make sure that we're clean. So I'm just cleaning. This is just cleaning. Okay? So I'm going to stick it back in the ZN. Try it again.
I have 3 people. No lie. Out of 33. 3 out of 33.
One more time. Write down what you see, any little thing. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to wash this one off. Coming over here to wash it off. I'm going to rinse it real good. sure we're burning clear. Now what we're going to do is we're going to switch to our other side, and we're going to be doing CU next. So here you can see CU. Okay, put it down in there. Make sure I have my loop. Oh, nice and obvious there. Do you see that? Full green. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time. Put it in there. Do it one more time here. Okay, make sure you're writing down your observations. That was CU test A. Rinse one more time. Our very last one is K. So we have our potassium. K. Put the test rod in there. Make sure we have our loop full. Oh, notice that we have some sparks and some green. So again, I'll do it one more time. Full thing, pay close attention. This is K for test A. Okay. So here. Now what I'm going to do is make sure I have a nice clean test rod, and then I'm going to go dump my chemicals in hazardous waste and wash out my tubes before I do test B. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut off the camera real quick while I do that. I'm going to go clean my test tubes. I'm going to make sure I turn my Bunsen burner off. Okay, so I'll walk over chemical waste, put these in there, wash out my test tubes, and then I'm going to go grab 5 more. So the same chemicals, I'm going to grab a new round of them so that I can do test B. So I'll meet you back in a few moments.